Sarah said she'll be here in just over.
Control check by the way, everybody.
Are coming?
Yeah.
That's right.
Welcome.
I will give her a second. I gotta have glasses in, but.
Amen. I'm looking over a dog.
What?
Look for a dog. Man.
There,
Hey,
hey,
Yeah, Matt. too.
is it?
Matt.
Oh, yeah, he's coming. He's upstairs. Yeah. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic, which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there anyone here tonight that wishes to raise a question, an issue, or a concern with this board that is not on tonight's agenda? Sir, please stand, state your name.
Want me to go to the podium or address?
Oh, you could stand right there, as long as we can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me. My name's Mike Allen.
I know you, Mike. How you been?
Yeah, we know each other, I know. I live at 8 Bittersweet Lane with my wife Debbie.
Yeah.
I've lived in DeWitt over 20 years, and this is the first town board meeting I've been to. So I don't make a habit of coming to town board meetings. But I have an issue that I thought was being addressed that I'm not sure it is being addressed. You sent a letter out to you about a month ago about waste pickup.
Yes.
And I was happy, and I said it was long overdue. Because people put stuff out and it makes the streets, and wind blows it all over, and it makes the streets look terrible. And DeWitt's a beautiful place to live. But you put that letter out in saying that there may be a penalty imposed. And when I dug into it a little, there can't be a penalty imposed until the board decides to act on it and impose a penalty. I have a suggestion. You put a letter out, and you said that we're gonna ask people to put it out on Sunday, the week before their pickup. That's really not feasible for people. Some people are old, they may have a rainstorm that day. If you look at something reasonable and say, well, we'll put your yard waste out 3, 4 days, 5 days before your pickup week, you would eliminate a lot of problems with people just putting stuff out all the time. The last time you picked up, people on my street didn't put it out the day after, they put it out the day of the pickup. And it just looks terrible. And DeWitt's a beautiful place to live. I mean, I know some people probably think I'm goofy for complaining about this. But I'm telling you, we like to have a clean neighborhood. We like things to look nice. We like people to keep their houses up. I, for one, do. And we like it when yard waste isn't all over for a whole month. So if you can do anything, I mean, we're at October now, so nothing's gonna get done this year.
Right.
But you've got a few months till next year to, 6 or 7 months to work on it, come up with a solution. And if you threaten to fine people, do it. They'll start putting it out at the right time once they have to pay, but they don't feel that you're serious on the issue.
I'm thrilled. Mike, I couldn't be,
See me again?
I couldn't be more thrilled to see you and especially have you speak to this issue. This is one vote in favor of penalties in a system. And you're absolutely right. Reasonable time frame, allow people to get it out beforehand. But I've been here so long now, and these are always been idle threats, and the system I'd like to see in place, and I have request that this board do it sometime in the future, and that is that they authorize return pickups to get charged to people. So if they miss the week and they put it out the day of and we come back next week and pick it up, that we charge them for it. And I think sooner, they have one free week a month and the rest of the time there's a cost associated with it. And I believe eventually
I
people,
think costs associated with it would stop a lot of problems, and I think to ask them to put it out on that Sunday is not feasible. Because people are, I'm old, okay, and I, but I'm old, and you know I'm old. But to put it out like 4 or 5 days before your week, maybe a long weekend, whatever the case may be,
right,
it would make the community look so much nicer. People driving down the street, they don't see this pile of stuff because every storm you have, it blows around, and that's my complaint. First time ever I've complained to this board.
Yeah.
And
duly noted.
let me just ask a question. Does the board agree with me? I know you do.
Absolutely.
Well, this is the first I've heard the board agreeing.
It's a sticky issue, Mike, that's all I'm saying. No pun intended.
It's just thinking.
If I have a majority, I'll come back next week,
It
next
makes
meeting.
the streets look terrible when people just pile stuff up. It turns brown by the end of the month. Animals get into it. If there's a storm, it gets in the flood drains. I mean, it's a no-brainer. And I'm not afraid that you can film this and put it all over to it as far as I'm concerned, because I believe that people care about their community, or they should care about their town.
Absolutely.
I do agree with you. There's definitely a drain issue that comes up and ends up clogging drains, causes water backups. I agree also, the 1 day window has always been an issue.
Yeah.
So I think going into next year, we'll definitely have to find something that widens that window, beef up enforcement a little bit, and I would be dependent on the highway superintendent and his employees.
Right there.
Yeah, that's it.
Rocky.
His staff.
But I've never met.
His staff being able to go back around like Ed's plan and do another pickup or something, but some kind of increased enforcement to get compliance, both for just water backup issues and for just, appearance.
I wouldn't be crusading this issue if I haven't heard it constantly from Rock.
Joey promised to keep me updated. So
Yep.
I'm gonna leave now, and you'll probably never see me again, and have a nice life, everybody.
See you later,
Mike,
Mike.
have a good night. Talk to you soon.
Okay, anyone else? Sir, please stand, state your name.
Scott McGinnis.
Yep.
Just wondering if the board has an opinion on the DeWitt Fire Department contract, the budget for 2026 being $13.2 million. A rise from $5.3 million.
Anybody have an opinion?
I haven't looked at it yet.
I'm not yet.
Yeah, I haven't looked deeply into the DeWitt Fire District budget yet, but I would suggest you take your questions or concerns to the DeWitt Fire Commissioner.
Well, you're the one who caused all this. That's why I'm coming to you.
They're in control of the budget.
And you allowed that to happen.
Again, the motivation, if we're gonna talk cost, was that the tax rate in the north town of DeWitt would be $1.65 if we took per thousand, if we took the village's proposal. If we took DeWitt's, it's $1, so it's a 65% increase.
Should be $1 this year.
It's my
It's
understanding.
been more than $1.65. You guys were at like $1.25 last year. You wanted to double your budget. That means you're gonna go up to about two and a quarter,
Our budget went up, requested about $800,000.
and you're getting.
First time in 5 years. Our budget went up $7 million.
I don't think your numbers are accurate, so until I see them. And the DeWitt budget last year, what'd you say it was, 5.2? It was not 5.2, it was about 7 or 8 last year.
If you include the $2 million of hush money you gave them. Proposed budget for 2026.
What hush money did we give them?
$13,219,623. Budget as modified for 2025, $5,219,623. $371,642.
This is a budget. This is a budget we haven't looked at. We haven't sat down with them as well. It's my understanding that there will be a differential in residential and commercial tax rates that we haven't seen yet too. But it's also my,
It's okay to tax your businesses more. That's a good way to draw business to the town, but what, you're gonna pay more in taxes.
I'm gonna pay, those who pay more are the ones that cost more in terms of equipment needs and inspections and other requirements that the department does. But again,
13.2 this year, who knows what it's gonna be next year? You're all responsible for the run rate train that's gonna happen over there. So that's all I wanted to say.
we're responsible for professional paid,
The professional.
paid, but my,
You didn't have past, can you, Ed? They were not professionals?
I had a slide on the board that showed the social media campaign conducted by members of your, I didn't get a chance to explain it. The social media campaign that was conducted against this board and the DeWitt Fire Department was very unprofessional. And I stand by that.
The first thing you said the whole time.
What we have right now is a paid fire department, and that decision affected about 20,000 people. And the volunteer staff just isn't there anymore. And the village has made it perfectly clear they were moving to a paid fire department. Why would we have,
The combination.
again, this issue is beyond us. We're here to talk about tonight, our budget meeting and a number of other things. Again, when we have a chance to look and communicate with the DeWitt Fire Department, we'll have some answers about their budget, but we're not prepared for that tonight. Thank you for raising that issue, and we will become prepared about the 2026 DeWitt Fire Department's budget.
Better hurry, they passed in 21 days.
Okay, anyone else? Another issue on the board? Stan, state your name.
Paul Haynes, resident of the town of DeWitt and chief of the East Syracuse Fire Department. So, let's see here. If you guys remember, you probably don't remember looking at them because you probably didn't at the time. Do you remember the DeWitt Fire Department proposal? Did you read through that? Did you read through the East Syracuse Fire Department proposal?
Yeah.
Okay. The night we sat upstairs and you gave our prices, I'll give our prices out of this again. So you can have them for what our budget was gonna be. On our pay scale. So our pay scale, we asked for $2 million because of the need to hire a few career firemen to help us in times of need. And with that, you denied that. We originally asked for 800,000, went to $1 million. And with that $1 million, you said it would bring us up to $1 or $2 upstairs. You said that would bring us to $2. So with bringing that up and our budget numbers, I got the page here, I apologize. So our budget was gonna be 2.390 with 3.5% increase each.
Again, this is,
No, you're gonna,
this is over. We've
well,
We've moved on.
the taxpayers.
Those proposals are behind us.
Well, you saved $400,000 for the taxpayers because we asked for 2.390 last year. You gave it to DeWitt for $2 million. That $2 million has turned into a $13.2 million contract to protect the town of DeWitt. In doing so, what you paid for this last year, if you'd like to see the response times for the DeWitt Fire Department, every month, the DeWitt's average, since this has happened, has been, the first couple months was 558, 541, 603, 556, 603, 552, 606 last month. The national standard for fire department response for a career department.
At the time we made those decisions, the village fire department was greater. The response times were higher than the DeWitt Fire Department and higher than the numbers you just quoted.
Let's read last,
We're in the 7, 8.
read all of
minute
this. How's that? January.
Again, I'm gonna move on because this issue again is behind us. Now, you can raise a complaint about the upcoming budget, but that's something we're not prepared at this point in time to discuss. None of us is.
For a fire service, and it's nothing against the DeWitt firefighters, they do a great job. Yesterday, we spent the day with them at Metallico.
Yeah, we saw that.
We did. We had apparatus there, we had people there. We did a voluntary recall and we staffed 2 more apparatus to keep stuff in service for the town of DeWitt. They did not have that. They had their day people that were in that took a few calls here and there. We have a bank of volunteer firefighters that respond to alarms. If there's an incident, they're the ones that
That's great.
they didn't have institutional knowledge yesterday for that building that burned. They didn't understand where the hydrants were. The East Syracuse firefighters directed them to where the hydrants were and laid those hydrants in. If we didn't go,
Well, thank you.
they would have had a struggle
You
with
still
hydrants.
have a very
We still
fine,
respond to all of their alarms.
you still have a very fine village fire department. We're very thankful.
As times have gone down, we've continued to
It
respond,
should go down. You're in a smaller confined space.
but even to get to the calls in the town, our response times are still down because we go on every fire with the DeWitt Fire Department. Every fire that's in the northern part of the town or in the town of DeWitt, in the DeWitt Fire District, we respond to. You haven't alleviated a problem. You've created a problem. You think you might have created this professional fire department image, and that's all it is. They still cannot survive. They don't have enough apparatus. They don't have enough resources. When you look at ISO, you're gonna raise these businesses' taxes because they're gonna pay a higher tax rate, which in turn, they don't have enough apparatus. So for them to buy apparatus is gonna take a couple years and a lot of money. They don't have ladder trucks that make it to the hotels. They're outnumbered. They need 2 engines in every 1.5 square miles. A radius, 1.5 square miles, 2 engines. They have 2 engines for the town of DeWitt. That's almost 21 square miles for them. So this budget, I've heard that some of the members of the board have not seen it. I got a copy of it, stamped by Angela and received. They want a budget of $13.2 million. In case you didn't follow along, Fisher's Fire District was dissolved out by Rochester because their commissioners thought their tax rate was too high. You've allowed the fire district commissioners to create a runaway in their first year. Their first year. I don't know how you guys make out on salary. I retired from the city of Syracuse. I made a good living. Right now, their contract is coming up in January will make them the highest paid firefighters in all of central New York with built-in overtime to the tune of around $120,000 base salary. That's pretty impressive for a firefighter that works 8 days a month. And you're allowing this budget to go through with their contract that they approved. You have made a fire district, you've created so many more issues you don't even know about. The Fayetteville Fire Department, like I had said before, the Fayetteville Fire Department runs over to Lemoyne, to the townhouse on a regular basis.
All right,
I'm
again,
just finish this last thing.
yeah, please.
So when they respond there, they go by Station 1, where the second DeWitt engine from the north town is over there parked. As they drive by, their firefighters have been on the pad saluting and waving to the Fayetteville rig as they go by. Fayetteville's taking a resource from their community to drive it to Lemoyne while they have firefighters on the pad that don't go to that alarm. But if that same call is in the north town, that apparatus in the Boulevard and Genesee will go to Northtown all day long. The stations sit empty all day long for hours at a time on alarms, and they've skated by. Instead of having a system that's gonna make it better for everybody, you created a situation that's gonna be a tax burden on the residents. You can think that this 2-tiered tax system, right now, the town residents in the south town paid $3.15 a thousand. That will be the bare minimum that it goes up in the north town. So that's over $2 more a thousand. So on a $200,000 house, that's like another $400. Maybe it'll go up a little bit more, depends on what they get out of the taxes. from the businesses, but
We
you
haven't,
should look at
Have
your
you brought
budget.
your concerns to Jason Green? Have you talked to him about it? Because I'd like to have him here. He's not here.
I'd love to have them here.
Have you talked to him about it?
Yeah.
What's he said? He said everything you're saying is true, because I don't think it's true, because I know, I have heard that the North tax is gonna be about $1.50 this year, not $3.15.
Okay,
And I've heard that DeWitt's gonna be about $3.
that's pretty impressive. That you could have.
So let's wait until we get all the facts in.
Okay.
And if you wanna bring Jason Green one night, I'd be happy to
I
have
would
him
love
here.
to.
Because you can come in with all your facts and figures. If they're not right, it's not accurate. And I
Straight
don't-
from the fire district. Thanks.
You didn't know anything about the budget 10 months ago. How'd you come up with that 115, 130, or 115?
Okay.
The numbers I've heard, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't come in and start preaching numbers.
If $2.4 million was gonna take us to $2 in the North Town, how is 13.1 gonna bring us up 55 cents?
I don't know,
Yeah,
yeah, let's look at the budget. Let's look at the budget and let's hear what Jason Green has to say about it.
sounds good.
Because I've gotten zero complaints from residents or commercial owners. They
I should have
are
taken.
very happy with the new fire service.
Okay.
Okay, Sarah, you wanna, introduce the Girl Scout troop? 60,
I think.
Roll call. Roll call.
oh, yeah,
Supervisor Michael Lanko,
here,
Counselors Chiarenza,
Here,
Mannion,
Here,
Fleet Hood. Here. Ruckdeschell,
Here,
and Counselors Alex is absent. And do you have the, frames? At the certificate? Yes.
yeah, here I am.
What, do you want to go back?
Oh, it's, you can give them out. I've got them in alphabetical. I thought you were just gonna introduce.
no,
This is a big deal. So will the members of the NIPEN Pathways Girl Scout Troop 60377 please come up front to be acknowledged by the town board? We don't fight. Contrary to what you may feel, we don't fight. Come on up and turn around and face everybody. All right. So town board members are aware, but for those of you that are in the audience, this is a Girl Scout troop that has been working with the town of DeWitt for the last 4 years, specifically with our June Pride Month. When I was first elected, that was one of my first actions, was to establish June as a Pride Month in support of all of our LGBTQ members here within DeWitt and also within the local community. Since then, the Girl Scouts showed up to the first event and they have just helped it grow to the fact that this year they basically ran the event. They earned a badge from it. Do you have the badge on yet? Or whatever you call it. Bronze award? Yes, they earned their bronze award for this event. It was our largest Pride event in the town, and thanks to the Girl Scouts standing in front of you, their sense of belonging to the community, building community, this event will continue to grow. And here at the town, we are presenting you with the Civic Award. Everybody that participated throughout the last few years is going to receive this award, and it's in recognition of outstanding contributions through Pride Month. We hope that just because you're getting this and you've earned your bronze award, that you don't walk away. We would love to have you remain committed to the town of DeWitt and our inclusive Pride Month event, as well as any other event that you may think is worth your time. But congratulations to everybody here, and we look forward to seeing your accomplishments in the future. Thank you.
I'm just gonna move this so they can. Take care.
Certificates than folks here tonight, so if you're not here, I'll give it to Rebecca. Yeah. Oh, and we should also acknowledge Rebecca. She continues to foster development and growth in the community, and she works tirelessly not only for these ladies, but ensuring that our future is bright here in the town of DeWitt. So thank you, Rebecca.
hey, Rebecca.
Great. Isadora. Not here. Madeline. Anna Jalaya. All right, Sarah. All right. Caitlin. Nora. Gabriella. Charlie. And where's, and can we get a,
Oh, you're the-
oh, can we get a, yeah. All right, thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for coming.
Okay. Alana, scheduled public hearing, recommended codes update. Thanks, Ange.
Yeah. So I have a code change recommendation from the board. The overall purpose of these code changes that the planning board has noted through matters that have appeared for site plan approval by the board, that there are definitions that are ambiguous, do not exist, and or in conflict with other portions of the code, and also code uses that require modification. The purpose of this legislation is to clean up these areas that are simplest to identify and modify. The recommended language changes herein are consolidated for convenience and efficiency to meet this goal. So we're adding some definitions for grocery store and shopping center. The purpose of these code modifications is to recognize the unique characteristics of grocery store as opposed to other retail establishments or grocery type uses that are of a smaller scale. Assure that the grocery store use is appropriately considered in each applicable zoning district. Define the term shopping center and then zoning code definition sections clear up any ambiguity as to that definition and to appropriately define, as this term currently appears in the zoning code but is not adequately defined. And require the grocery store and shopping center uses to obtain a special permit in business transitional and special business transitional zoning districts, as these districts are often adjacent to residential districts. So we would modify the definition of retail store. Basically, it's the same definition, but removing saying it does not include a grocery store. And then, do you want me to read these definitions of shopping center and grocery store? Okay.
The warehousing self-storage part. You talk about that part?
I'll get to that in a second. So basically, in the business district, grocery store and shopping center would both be permitted uses, also the industrial district, and then in business transitional and special business transitional, there would be special permit uses. There's a couple of things in the parking table and under the reserve parking where we're basically just cleaning up the language because they talk about shopping centers. The center wasn't a use before, so we're just wording it differently, so shopping center is an actual use. And then there's a change to the high-tech district to remove warehousing self-storage as a use. This is something we've talked about for a long time. As the high-tech district has evolved and developed, it has become apparent that certain uses are not compatible in this district.
Is this been referred to the county?
We should do that, but you don't have time to schedule for
So that's what I'm saying. You want to schedule for the next meeting or a month out?
October 27th.
A month out.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll send it tomorrow to the county. I just finished this draft today, so that's why the board's getting it today.
This one that came through the email.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so. So you're looking at October 27th, 6:05?
I'll have everything ready for you, Angie.
Okay.
Wait, I'll entertain, any discussion? I'll entertain a motion for, set the public hearing from Max. I have a second from Joe. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Abstain? Motion's carried. Okay. Fee collection policy?
So we're looking to set a fee collection policy in the department. We've had some issues come up with, we do everything to the penny. And sometimes we'll realize after someone's left or while they're there that they've come with, a check that was already written and it's 9 cents too much or something like that. And we're trying to avoid having to do a refund for less than a few dollars. So the first policy is for rounding. We would round our fees to the nearest whole dollar. So 75.49 would be rounded down to 75, 75.50 would be rounded up to 76.
just to make things a little easier when we're calculating things, or for people who are calculating things, or writing checks before they come in. Though we do encourage them to wait to fill out their check until they're in the office, just to try to avoid these situations. Just to clarify, underpayments, if someone comes in with a check that's too low, we will not accept that in the office. For overpayments, we'd like to start something new where if they overpay $5 or less, they can either bring us a new check or they can initial to say we're okay with, not getting a refund for less than $5.
Any discussion?
I think it's a good idea. I think
Yeah.
these are good changes to just kind of smooth the office over and solve issues of somebody coming in with a check that's 10 cents too high and then having to take the time out of their day to try and get another check written. So,
We've had problems with just small dollar amounts not being
Yeah.
right, and wondering what to do, and this will help.
this will solve that, yes.
Yep. Hey, I'll entertain a motion from Max again, a second from Sarah. Call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Abstain? Motion's carried. Thank you. Okay, Carrie. 26 tentative budget.
Everybody who has received the tentative budget, it is out on the website. There's one change that I have to make. I missed one page, but it says 24. So it's 25, 26, so I'll update that, but it is out on the website. The budget committee and I have been working since, oh God, May on this budget. So this is the tentative budget from both by all the department heads. The board needs to review and provide any changes that they'd like to see by October 14th or 13th, because we have another budget meeting on the 14th to finalize for the public hearing. So, this budget is having a tax decrease in the general fund and highway, an overall 12% increase in rates. Hoping to stay that way, but we, fighting against the high rates of health insurance, 18% increase this year and 35% Medicare. So you guys can review that.
In general, I want to thank the budget committee. Guys have done an excellent job here. I mean, I went through this afternoon and again, it's a 2% reduction in overall budget. So the tax rate should drop accordingly. And we've obviously experienced tremendous growth in assessments. But with the budget drop, down at DeWitt tax bills should be lower or
Yes, our tax rate will go down more than the average assessment increase.
right. And so
Again,
if people are
2 or 3 years in a row, we've been able to do that.
right now, if people are experiencing increases in their tax bills, it's likely due to the other, county and school district budgets. Okay, again,
Just a reminder that the public hearing will be held December upstairs meeting because they've already voted.
Early voting. So do we need to set a time for that?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not seeing, I'm not seeing.
I don't think we ever set one.
Yeah, I think we talked about it in budget, but not.
Okay, maybe that's. what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. So yeah, you have to set the public hearing.
I want to do it first before the local law. First, then the local law, just schedule that.
I mean, we can set the public hearing for 6.
okay. Yeah, or we can go back and adjust the,
Just one.
we can set this one for 6:05 and that one for 6:10. I'll entertain a motion to amend the last motion. So set this public meeting for 6:10. From Max and a second from Carrie. Call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed, abstain, motion's carried. I'll entertain a motion to set the budget meeting at 6:05. Motion from Carrie. A second from Sarah. Call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed, abstain, motion's carried. Okay, the Gadsby 75 agreement.
Yeah, so that time of year again, we have, it is a full valuation year for our OPEB, which is other post-employment benefits, actuarial. So they sent up their contract and a full year valuation is 13,500. And we usually split that between the 2 years. They start work
Right.
this year and we finish it.
Any discussion, any comments on that? I have to invoke his memory, but he's not here tonight.
You would have agreed on this one.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to set the Gatsby. Authorize Joe. I have a motion from Joe, a second from Carrie. I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion's carried. Okay, appoint the police commissioners. Chief Spencer.
Evening.
Oh,
How we doing tonight?
Couple of excellent candidates. Thank you.
Yeah, so you should have received resumes from individuals who will be non-voting members to the police commission. We had 2 resignations over this year, so we were kind of dwindling. I think resumes speak for themselves. We had a meet and greet with them at our last police commission meeting in September. They introduced themselves to the members that were there. Overall feedback was that, you know, they did a wonderful job and they would add something to our police commission. So I'm here tonight to get approval to have Patrick Hillary and Jay Priestash added to our police commission as non-voting members in the hope that they can attend our October meeting. I don't know, you all know, but our non-voting members are volunteer and sometimes they have other to do outside of our meetings and stuff. So it's important to have enough people to get their feedback. And I do appreciate all of their insights and stuff and what they bring to our meetings. So having those 2 will help out tremendously. So here tonight to hopefully get approval from the board. Any questions?
I think we do this under 2 separate resolutions, correct?
I would.
Yep, okay.
Organizational meeting, you do list them and do one motion, so I think you could do one, say. I think of the organizational meeting, you have all the different names.
So,
I always say do 2 because it's safe.
yeah, all right, so I'll entertain a motion to appoint Patrick Hillary to the board. A motion from Sarah, second from Joe. I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion's carried. I'll entertain a motion to appoint Jerome Pristash. Motion from Sarah, second from Joe. I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion's carried. Okay, thank you.
You.
Poor Jay, it'll be the last time he comes before the board.
Recruit Mike Allen now.
Yeah, you want, like, I know, Police Commission? Okay, Rock, post for Parks labor position?
Yeah, what we're looking to do tonight is just get authorization to post for a parks labor position and a water labor position so we can start canvassing for candidates, please.
Any discussion?
For these to fill vacancies?
Yep, we had one parks transferred to the water department and we had a personnel issue and a termination of the water department labor.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to post for the Parks labor position. From Sarah, a second from Max. I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion's carried. I'll entertain a motion to post for the water labor position. From Sarah, second from Carrie. I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion's carried. I'll entertain a motion to authorize or approve the town board minutes of September 8th. I have a motion from Carrie, second from Joe. Any comments, discussions, modifications to the minutes? I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion's carried. Okay, any updates?
I actually do have another item that's late. I mean, I'm sorry for not getting on the agenda, but you sent out an email about it with the survey.
Yes.
So we're still trying to move forward with our Lemoyne Water Project. I had a good meeting with them last week. We're trying to schedule another meeting next week between the engineering teams to move forward. One of the next steps is to get a survey of both the site for the tank and then for the water lines and the easement that will be necessary to do both of those.
The legal descriptions for.
And legal descriptions. So the proposed cost is up to
$8,000?
$8,000 for
That's-
surveying. So I'd like to make a motion tonight to approve.
I have a motion from Max, a second from Carrie, authorize $8,000 for the survey. Call for the vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion's carried. Okay, the check register is, had a chance to review it. I'll entertain a motion to accept from Carrie, a second from Joe. I'll call for the vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion's carried. Okay, any other board announcements? No? All right, with that, I will thank everyone. We're gonna enter executive session. We have to discuss some personnel issues tonight. So I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session from Joe, a second from Carrie. I'll call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Motion's carried. Do you need someone to sign your?
Also.
All right, thank you.